Our first guest is the 43rd President of the United States. His new book is called Portraits of Courage. Please welcome President George W. Bush.
It's a little bit of dancing. I wasn't committed to it fully, but it was a little bit of dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sober.
Yeah. It's hard to dance sober. It really is. All of these people are drunk. I'm so excited to have you here. Are you as excited as I am to be here?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
No, I am. People don't know this, but my daughter Jenna and you are good buddies.
Yes, we are.
And so my attitude is, if you're a good buddy of Jenna, you're a good buddy of mine.
She's a lovely girl. Your whole family. Your whole family. Yeah, she was on the show, and we called you, and you answered the phone. You actually picked up and talked to us while she was on the
Yeah, and
show.
I was actually the president.
Yeah, I know.
In the treaty room in the White House.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We
were very excited that you picked up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I love your whole family, your dad and your mom, and I know we're both in the hospital recently, but then they were at the Super Bowl, so I was happy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So they're good.
Yeah. I'm the only president with both parents alive after the presidency.
Really?
Which is a huge blessing.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And so, actually, I'm the only one of two presidents with both parents alive during the presidency.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
See how you learn things and I learn things together. We teach each other.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah. Teach me how to dance, please.
I'm not the one to do that. That's Twitch. But really, I do love them very much. But you have, when you left office, and you've pretty much stayed out of politics. You kind of went and lived your life, which is great, I'm sure, and more relaxing. But I have to ask you what you think of what's going on now.
Well, I think this isn't the first time our nation's ever been divided. I remember what it was like when I got out of college. There was a Vietnam War and a draft. There were major race riots. There was political assassinations. The president was nearly impeached. And a lot of people thought the country was going down the tubes. And it turns out we're too strong to go down the tubes. And so I'm very optimistic.
Good.
But yeah, I'm out of politics. You know, my whole view is I don't think it serves the nation or the office of president to have a former president criticize his successors. Mm-hmm. And so I'm happy to be off the stage, except this one.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for being on this stage. So this is a concern, though, for me. I'll bring it up, and this is not political. This is really something that I think is important. Obviously, the media was not, great to you. They're not great to most presidents. The media is tough.
You expect them to be tough.
But Trump is raging an outright just war against all press and not allowing press to do their job, which I think is a very dangerous thing.
Well, here, I said something the other day, and of course the headlines were Bush criticizes Trump. Here's what I believed when I was president. Post-president, the nation needs a free and independent press. And the reason why is that power can be very corrupting. And we need a press corps to hold politicians to account, including me. Mm-hmm. And, I didn't like it sometimes when people said things that, about me. But, that's the job. I always viewed I'm going to drop a big word on you. Symbiotic relationship.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
4 syllables.
Yeah. Don't ask me to spell it.
All right.
And that is, I needed the press to get the message out, and they needed me to make news. And so.
But it's very important. I mean, I think
it is very important.
We need to hear from everybody, and then it's up to us to figure out,
So I used to tell, a lot of these tyrants when I would visit with them as president, that they needed to have a free press. And I would point to our country as an example where, power doesn't make you immune to criticism or to corruption investigations. And so, I'm a big believer in the free press, just like I'm a big believer in free religion. You can worship or not worship, and you're equally American.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you worship or who you worship.
When you say tyrants, were you speaking of Putin? Because you had a relationship with Putin, and Trump has a relationship with Putin, but I believe it's different.
Yeah, well, so I introduced Putin to Barney. You remember Barney, the little Scottish terrier?
Yes.
The little guy
yes.
had legs, and he kind of dissed him. He looked at him like, you think that's a dog? Anyway, so a year later, Putin says, would you like to meet my dog? Laura and I were with Putin in his dacha outside of Moscow. I said, yeah, I'd like to meet him. And out comes a giant hound, kind of loping across the Birchline yard. And Putin looks at me and says, bigger, stronger, and faster than Barney. And, you know, it speaks volumes when you listen to what somebody says. And so, in other words, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yep. Yep.
And so, yeah, I had a contentious relationship with him. And I think whoever the president is going to find out that Putin will push and push and push until somebody stands up to him.
Yeah. So Trump should get a hound.
Not bad.
You're good friends with Michelle.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. She and I have, you know, I'm kind of a needler, and she handles it pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was at the opening of the African American Museum in Washington.
Yeah.
It's great. Really.
Yeah.
It's worth seeing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get a chance. I was there for one day, and I'm dying to go see it.
You ought to. It's
yeah,
good.
I hear it's amazing. The building is beautiful. The architecture is beautiful.
Really interesting.
But yes, she is an amazing woman. I love her so much. I feel the same way about her. She's a great person. So you went to the...
That surprised everybody. That's what's so weird about society today, you know, that...
Well...
people on opposite sides of the political spectrum could actually like each other.
But are you that close? You're closer to her than Barack?
Well, let's put it this way. He's never given me a hug that way.
Yeah. That's true. So it's all about the hug. I see.
Generally.
That's
yeah.
So you went to the inauguration, which was the right thing to do, but it must have been tough because your brother Jeb was pretty
Not really.
harshly
you know,
judged.
Jeb gave it his best shot. Not
right.
really. I tell you, it's a beautiful experience to watch the peaceful transfer of power. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I went.
You had a little bit of problem. The poncho was a problem. It seemed. Had you put a poncho? Had you put one on? Was that the first time?
Yeah. It's
first time putting a poncho on.
It looks like it, that's for sure.
I feel like... I feel like it runs in the family. It really must run in the family because your mom had an issue with the poncho also.
It's genetics.
Yeah. All right. I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, hey, Zener, will you bring out the gift? There's a... All right. What you do... Here. And all you do is this end up... and you can put it on. Yeah. All right. I'm waiting for you to paint me. I want you to paint me.
I told you I was looking in those eyes.
All right.
Beautiful blue.
All right. Well, I'm waiting for my portrait. Let's talk about this amazing book. You really are a great painter. And Portraits of Courage. Tell everyone what this is.
I've gotten to know a bunch of warriors since the presidency and ride mountain bikes with them or play golf with them. And I decided to paint 98 portraits because I wanted to tell their stories. Our veterans are a unique asset for our country, and we need to not only honor them, but to the extent they want help them transition from the military to civilian life. And this book calls attention to what works and what doesn't work, for example, in dealing with post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury.
And all the proceeds go
to the Bush Center. Thank you. The Bush Center in Dallas, Texas, all for our vets program.
We have some of the vets in the audience with us today. Thank you very much for your service. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, we got Jake and Danny. These are guys I know. They're friends. I painted them. That's Danny.
It's Danny.
See, a little nervous when I showed Danny his painting because it's a little impressionistic, and he politely said, "God, that's great."
So when did you start painting? How long ago?
5 years.
Really?
Yeah,
recently?
I was agnostic on art, and got a little bored, and I read Winston Churchill's essay, Painting as a Pastime. I said, hell, I'm going to paint.
He was good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was really good.
Really good. And so I hired an instructor, and the art community wasn't exactly my base of support when I ran for office. And so the instructor was slightly nervous. She said, "Your objective?" I said, "There's a Rembrandt trapped in this body, and your job is to find him." And so I started painting. I paint all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah.
I mean, they really are. You're really talented. I can't believe you just started 5 years ago.
I painted, these are painted with a lot of passion. I cannot tell you how much I admire these men and women in this book.
Well, the book is fantastic, and like we said, the proceeds go to the foundation, which helps the vets. I learned that you just got a puppy. You rescued a puppy recently.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, but I have a line of pet supplies and pet toys. And
awesome.
Things like this.
Oh, that's big.
So I want to give you. It's Freddie, right?
Freddie.
All right, and I have toys for Freddie. I have a bed for Freddie. So all of this is going home with you. All right?
I knew there was a reason why I came.
Yeah, it's free
Freddie.
stuff.
Yeah, free stuff. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. All right, Portraits of Courage is in bookstores now. We'll be right back.